Hello, everyone, and welcome to Girl Let's Agree to Disagree with Hannah and Kemi. Hey, ladies.
Hello, how are you?
How's everybody doing today? And I apologize, everybody who is just kind of coming in. It's been a really crazy day, and as you can see, we're going all natural today on today's recap of The Bachelor.
For me.
I did the Kemi, decided to just put a pair of glasses on, call it a day. Sorry, Hannah.
I did a light glam. We got some lip gloss and some eyebrows, and that's about it that we got going on right now. But
wait a minute, so you're telling me this is your skin?
Yeah.
You truly do love to see it.
Yeah.
Glowing angel.
Yeah. Wow. There you go. This is all natural, all my uneven tones and what.
You both look beautiful. It's not even uneven.
What, girl? Okay. Obviously nobody came on this show to talk about our skin, but
let's get into the skin of these girls, because some of them are stressing me the hell out and about to give me acne.
We have so much tea for you all today. Everybody coming in, we appreciate you. We love you. And we're going to just give you a couple of things that we always talk about. If you do not already, click like, subscribe, click to receive the notifications, smash that bell, because if you're not, then you probably didn't know that we were running late today. Also, follow us on IG and Twitter, all of that good stuff. Click like right now and share with those that you think might like this. We also do the recaps every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Or vice versa.
There we go. There we go, babe.
And the challenge recaps every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. We're really excited. And today we have so much to talk about. I don't know where to start. Hannah, Kemi, do we want to start? And for those who are in the comments, let us know. I know there were a couple people who wanted to start talking about the Dale and Claire tea, or who wants to say that.
We have to touch on it.
But let's talk about that at the end, because I feel like I have so much to say. So I want to get through this episode, because this episode wasn't there was a lot, but it wasn't so interesting.
Yeah.
There was a lot of crying by Sarah, but let's touch on Dale and Claire at the end, because I have some thoughts, okay?
Yes, and I think we all have a lot of thoughts on that, for sure.
Let's go through from the beginning. So the first thing we have really is this group date. And can I just say that I would die on this date and would not thrive in this situation at all.
Are you bad with communicating, the sexual, getting into your sexual groove and communicating those things?
I'm not bad at communicating. I used to write One Direction fan fiction. I wouldn't want to do this. We did. There's the tea.
The tea Hannah used to write.
That is so funny.
I need to read.
You know what, Hannah? I believe you, because I definitely saw pictures of you in your scene phase. So these are facts.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We are Wattpad lovers over here. But anyways, I just thought it was very cringy, and I'm glad that they all rolled with it and did it. But if I were sitting there, I would just draw a blank. There's just no way that I could come up with something to say in this scenario.
Well, there are layers to it, right? First of all, you're saying it out loud. And then you're saying it in front of a guy that you're dating, who's also dating, a bunch of other women. And then you're saying it in front of those women, in front of production and camera and lighting. And this is going to be broadcast in a few months in front of the world. I don't know if the word cunnilingus would just roll off my tongue in the moment. I just don't who's really obviously killing the game? Victoria. because she had those girls cracking up.
But it's not really about the girls, is it? It's not about cracking the girls up. I think it's more of a double-edged sword here, because I feel like this is really going to show Matt who he can really be serious with and who is just here to, like, I don't know. He doesn't strike me as a man who may be like super want a woman to be like super freaky right off the bat.
Well, he mentioned to someone, I forget who it was. He said to one of the girls that he was talking to that like he liked that they were more like that left something to be wondered about or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it was something along those lines.
I feel like that's something my mother always told me, and I was always like, yeah, right, Mom, whatever. But
yeah, but it also
like can be kind of like a
compatibility, thing, right? But, like if that's how you are, then that's how you are. And if it doesn't mesh well with him, then this is the way of figuring it out. But yeah, you know, Victoria was doing the most. I heard when I suck bleep, 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 and then you bleep, bleep, bleep. I was like, oh my God.
We want to put some context into this day. Hey, KD, she says, I don't even watch The Bachelor. I just love you guys. And we thank you so much for being a part of the show. Thank you. Yeah. So we'll
I know, I've been on TikTok. Oh my God.
I actually don't think you need to watch The Bachelor in order to listen to us talk about it, to be quite honest. Some of these
oh my God, I'm so sorry. But if I don't say this now, I'm never going to say it, and I'm going to forget, and then I'm going to remember, and it's going to be a missed moment. Icky Vicky.
Like, you know what we're going to call her?
Well, no, but like, you know, like the Fairly Odd Parents, Icky Vicky.
I know, but I think that it should definitely be a good nickname for her, because she does give me the ick. She like is very icky to me, but to each her own. Although she was semi more likable this episode.
She was more palatable this time, but I think it was because the other girls were laughing like with her.
Absolutely.
And I do feel like I wonder how they feel watching it, especially knowing now what they know about Sarah's family situation. Like, this is one
I hope they feel like assholes.
I hope so, because this is one of those like textbook teachable moments of like you never know what someone else is going through. And as someone who was like bullied on reality TV and like watching it back, like I was like very team Sarah. Like I didn't even really like Sarah. Like I was very indifferent towards Sarah, but like why would you want to be like, why would you want to be around people who are just like nasty to you? Like they're like, you're not around. Like, what am I going to sit around and like have y'all like not talk to me like in my face? Like it doesn't
Here's the thing. We can just, I mean, nothing really eventful happens on this group date, but that's kind of when the Sarah drama really picks up, because she comes and she's feeling insecure about just the whole process, but also it's compounded because of everything that's going on with her family and her father having a terminal illness. And she goes to Matt to talk about that. And granted, I would be annoyed if someone came and crashed the group date that I was on. Like, I understand being annoyed, but I feel like these girls really took it like to another level. And I feel like it was one of those situations where it's like, I don't know, like in psychology, I think they call it like the bystander effect. And it's like when you're all around and it's like everybody else is just like waiting for one person to say something and like maybe stand up for or say like, okay, that's enough or whatever. And then no one did. And it was just like, I don't know, it was just too much. I just felt it was so mean girly in the whole situation. Like, I feel like they just kept on going. And it's like, you can even say, if you don't accept someone's apology or accept their explanation, you can be like, you know what? I don't really like, I don't accept that. I don't feel that, but I still respect you. And I hope that you're okay. The end.
Very true. I also think though that obviously there's so many women. How many were there in this? How many were there in this date? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them, right? So 9 girls on this date. She did it to 9 women. And then the other women just kind of, like you said, kind of tagged along on this bully moment. Those that didn't experience it. Like, I'm all for I'm all for like, hey, this was not cool. But it also looked like Sarah didn't get it and she didn't understand why it was wrong, and obviously they don't have that that background of what's going on with her. Overall, it's just downright rude. And I just thought it was 9 girls wanting to tell her separately that what she did was really bogus. I personally have a really big distaste for Sarah right now in my mouth. Even knowing that that she's kind of going through this, I think there's a level of expectation when you're going on a reality show. It's like, if you weren't ready for this, then get yourself out of it. There's no
but I also think that and Jess, I think you can agree to this, going into it, it's very different once the door closes behind you,
Yes.
when that first night that we went on that, prison camp show 2 years ago, the moment that the door closed and the audience got cut off and it was just us in there, it was a very different feeling than you get when you're watching it or when they're explaining it to you. It's very, very different. So, I mean, I sympathize with her, especially because there are so many girls. There's so many girls. You're competing for a guy, so it's already very tense. Imagine competing against one other girl for a guy, and you're trying to maintain your composure and not seem the world's biggest see you next Tuesday, even though you can't stand her because she's trying to get with the guy that you're interested in. But now you have to do it with 30 other women, and you're constantly trying to put on your best self. I don't think I could do it unless, of course, it was the right guy on the season. I could definitely not do it for Peter or Colton.
God, no.
God, no.
I think some of those girls were pretending. There's no way that some of those bomb-ass women were genuinely into Peter. Anyways, that's a whole other
Especially Victoria. To me, Victoria is so pretty and way out of Peter's league. Victoria F. But then she dated Chris Soule, so maybe, I don't know.
She likes country boys, which Peter is not either. So I really don't get it. But
even the girls this season, I can see that some of the girls this season are not that into Matt, but just seeing what might work, which I respect.
Yeah, this is what I kind of agree with Troubled Curls. Sarah definitely needed to be called out on her BS. It was clearly attention seeking, but it became a gang up quick with Victoria and Kit leading the charge. And I completely when you give Mean Girls, it's, the reign to just keep on being meaner. I understand. So it was not the intention of saying that she deserved all of the, aftermath. But at the same time, she definitely needed to be called out on that, because I saw it as, it just felt very, very toxic, needy behavior. I understood that she's going through stuff at home and things are different. But how many times do you watch The Bachelor and there's always a handful of people, either men or women? I didn't know it was going to be like this. I didn't know I was going to fall into this fast. I didn't think I was going to be jealous. Come on. You're sharing. You're sharing your man. You're dating a man who's dating 30 other women, 20 other women, 15 other girls call this guy their boyfriends. You have to, this type of behavior is very, for me, attention seeking. It's toxic, and it's very, the way Katie said it was her own insecurity. And I would just say props up to Katie, because she had the big mature word. That girl became just so high on my list of respect for women. She handled those conversations so maturely.
But I think it's because Sarah kind of, like, she found common ground with Sarah. Like, I don't know that if Katie didn't previously lose her father, that she would have had the same sort of conversation with Sarah, because it wasn't until she understood that like you could kind of see like her demeanor completely change. Like, I mean, she was like at first like, you know, I didn't like that, you know, blah blah blah, but like it's like her like heart opened to Sarah the moment that she saw that like they both went through this. So
I think
yeah,
Katie
I like
was
Katie.
a shining gem amongst all of these girls who were just really either bullying or enabling it. And that's more of like the later conversation, so we can get into that later, but I don't know. I did not like that. And I really wanted to like Kit. Like, I wanted her to be like a fun villain that I liked, but I really don't like this girl anymore at all.
Kit, you really liked her and her feathers? I don't know.
No, I didn't like her. I wanted to like her. I thought maybe she'd be more of a likable villain. Like, she's obviously not Victoria, but I really don't like her either. She's kind of like, I feel like she thinks she's on Gossip Girl, and we're all watching like New Girl. It's just like two different worlds. I don't know. I don't like her.
Yeah, I think this season definitely has a problem with picking their villainous characters. I feel like Miss Victoria's not doing it for me. Kit, I thought she's still on my okay villain character. Like, I feel like she's an okay villain. And I think she's
gonna lately. Like, what's with this? Because Colton had Mean Girls too. Like, what the hell's going on?
Well, you know what? Look, here's the thing. The name of the game is to be with this guy, and if you specifically took time away, like I understand where the anger is coming from, because she literally took away like 5 or 6 girls from talking to the guy of their dreams. And let's get real.
I thought someone took this time away from Jessica, right? Because Jessica seems very impassioned.
You know, Jessica would swing on him, it seems. I mean,
I'm reclaiming my time like that. I would be like, no, girl, you need to get the F out of here. Like, I probably would have been one of the girls who would have definitely jumped on that, because the thing is, and not on the mean girl status, but more so, I think the way Katie handled it. It was, I loved how Katie was like, so is this an insecurity thing? Because that's what it was showing to be. It was showing to be needy. It was showing to be like she had a complete lack of self-awareness. And I don't like people like that. I mean, like Kevin said, like, we've dealt with enough of those people in our previous life to know when someone's lack of self-awareness starts to affect you and what you're trying to do in life. You know what I mean? And when it's starting to affect me, then that's when clear cuts need to be made. And she couldn't say any of it. Like, everything that she did was, very much, I don't know. It was just not the way to go. Like, not the way that Sarah was going about it. I think that's the issue that I had with it.
I mean, to me, like, I don't know, especially when she comes in the second conversation and she's, saying, I apologize, I understand, I'm sorry. And then they just keep on and on and on. She even says, she's like, well, I mean, I really don't know what to say at this point. Like, and she's visibly, like, her demeanor is like, she's slouched down. Her voice is kind of like shaking. She's not coming in there trying to be like threatening or like coming in there being bitchy or anything to these women. And I don't know, I just don't think it's like as cut and dry as some of these like previous villain situations. And I don't know, there's somebody in the comments that said something about Kit being 21 and it's a little bit more excusable. I'm 22. Most of the women I'm around are 21, 22. And I don't think that's okay. Like, I don't think it's appropriate to just act that way. I think Katie really was the only admirable person in this whole situation. But
absolutely, at least the way she was able to communicate that, even though I still don't like, for me it's just like you have to understand. Look, for me, I would consider myself an old ass bitch. Like, at this point, you should know the consequences to your actions. When I was on TV, I specifically didn't say half of the shit I wanted to say or felt like I needed to say, because I knew that saying those were going to have adverse reactions in the moment. I was speaking out of anger. I was speaking out of, disgust. I was speaking out of a whole bunch of different places that I didn't want to speak on. And so that whatever you do, especially when it's on a show like this in particular, you must know I'm going to interrupt 9 girls on their group date and take time away from these girls, even though I particularly already had a one-on-one date with him.
Well, to that point, if I'm in the situation and I'm like coming here to date this guy, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. Like, if I want to interrupt your group date, I'm going to interrupt your group date. Now, this isn't the position that Sarah was taking, but we've seen it before. Like, we've seen it several times. People interrupt group date. We just saw it on Tayshia's season with the guy with the mustache, Like, my issue is she apologized. You guys said that you weren't going to accept it. Okay. Case closed. Like, why are we drawing this out into like, like, what do you want her to be raked over coals? Like, I don't understand why it had to continue to be a thing. Me personally, I came here to date. If I truly came there to date Matt and not to like actually make friends, because some people come there to make friends, but if I came there to date and not make friends, I'm gonna do whatever I want. I'm gonna do whatever I think will get me what I want. And if that's Matt, I'm gonna be interrupting your group date. So bitches beware.
Okay, but expect the consequences. So I'm just.
Well, what are the consequences? It's like,
the consequences is that you're living with a fucking ton of mean bitches that are going to make your life a miserable living hell. And it doesn't seem like they're going to let up either, because there are some girls that are now making it their mission to make her life a miserable living.
Which that is like the problem. That's petty.
Like, childish. Like, why are you so focused on me for interrupting your group date instead of like thinking of ways, or like trying to get more time with Matt, or like trying to like, align your chakras or whatever the hell you need to do to be at peace. But like, don't make me your main focus. Like,
here's the thing too. Like, Matt allowed her to come in and interrupt a conversation with someone, and I have yet to see a lead really be like, or at least a man who is in the lead really be like, I'm going to finish this conversation with her and then I will come and get you. And that really would save a lot of these issues, and it would have saved Katie from having to stick her neck out like 3 times to try to get back in there. And I think that nobody wants to put blame on the person that they're dating. Like, that's not fun. And you don't want to be like, why did he do that? So it's easier to blame her.
Katie sat next to them too. Like,
it was so funny.
Power move.
So, I mean, I feel bad for her, because to have to be that person, I would feel so awkward having to do that. And it's like, I'd be even more upset. It's like, why are you putting me in this position with this man who doesn't even know me? And now you're going to make me look out and come out to be the bitch, because he obviously likes you. And you can tell that. But I also love the fact that she also tried to keep her when she said that she was good, that she had made up her mind to leave. And Katie was the only mature person in the room to say, no, you need to stay, because if he has something with you, God forbid he starts with somebody else. And I completely agree 100% with her. Like, his mind is going to be somewhere else. And what if she was the one, and then you're wasting your time on some dude who had her picked as his number one since like the first week.
And then you end up the Hannah Ann in a triangle with Peter and Madison. Yep.
Yeah.
And that shit still didn't work out. It didn't work out with the first one or the second one or the third one.
Or the third
So
one.
I don't know. That was a mess. That was a mess. We do agree. I don't love Mean Girls. I wasn't like about I do feel like Sarah did need, to get her, her hand slapped a little bit and told it that it wasn't acceptable. And the whole thing was like, oh, I'm sorry. Doesn't cut it really for me. I mean, I was expecting all 9 girls to tell her individually what.
But this is my question, Jess. What would have cut it for you? What does she need to do?
She doesn't. I think that ultimately she just needs to sit there and listen to it because that's what she did. She did it to herself. Like, if you're going to do that, then you have to. We can do this about anything.
you think
really.
you
This
think
is-
that
this is
whole
literally her-
conversation was warranted?
Huh?
You think
I
that
think
entire
that-
conversation was warranted?
I think that no, I don't. I think that each individual girl that was on that group date had the right to tell her exactly what she did that was wrong, and not have one person just umbrella code it for all 9 girls, because what she did affected each of those 9 girls differently. And if she had to hear it 9 different times from those girls on what exactly she did that messed up their date and their experience, then she needed to sit down and listen to it. I feel like Sarah approached this as a very privileged girl. Like, she oozed privilege. She didn't think about anybody else. She didn't think about what anybody else felt like. And that's fine, right? It's not, they say how it's not RuPaul's best friend Drag Race. It's not the Bachelor best friend, but.
I do think that like if I would have to put myself in that situation, if I knew that I was a front runner and he had a deeper connection with me than he did with these other girls, maybe I'm immature, but I can't sit here and say that I wouldn't feel entitled to more of his time, I guess, because it's like, we really have something. Me and maybe like 3-4 other girls really have something that we can like build on. And in reality, it's between me and these 4 other girls. So I would feel like me and like the 4 other girls should like, not should, but like I would feel more entitled to the time for us than I would for someone like Victoria, who's just obviously there for entertainment purposes. Like, I am like, after the cameras go down, we now have to build a life together. So this is our time to like figure it out. So if I have to take time away from Victoria, so be it. But that's just how I would approach the situation.
So
Like,
you think that the girls that have had individual dates with him have an upper hand?
Not necessarily, but I think you can definitely tell who he like really, really likes. Like, you can tell he likes Rachel a lot.
Rachel. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can tell Rachel. And I'm not like, you can tell he likes Rachel. You can tell he likes Brie. You can tell he likes Sarah. Those are the 3 that I'm like, I would be surprised if they weren't in like the top like 6. Victoria, please. Like, you're doing a whole lot of
when he kisses her, like
you're doing a whole lot of complaining, and babe, I'd be surprised if you're here past week 5. Like, stop it right now. But
yeah, Miss Trouble Crow says, I was listening to Nick Vialli's recap, and he says he thinks Sarah acted that way because she's probably the type of woman used to getting what she wants in reality.
I think there's probably like an element of that is true. I don't think any woman really is super used to sharing attention with 30 other women, like, at all.
Most people in general don't like not getting what they want, especially if they put their lives on hold to pursue one thing, and then it's like, it's hard to not get what you want.
Also, Nick has been on the show like 4 damn times. He had plenty of opportunities, and still didn't work. So like,
right? Who's Nick to say what a good read on a woman is? Really?
Let me tell you, I put my life on hold for $500,000, and I'm still bitter. I still write in to Big Brother like production, like, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Like, where's my money?" So I can only imagine like competing for a guy and then like just fucking waiting in my room all day. Like, God damn, I'm fucking bored. Like, what is he doing? Not only is he out here smiling and having fun and eating good food, they're probably eating from the supermarket while he's getting, which nothing wrong with that, obviously, but he's getting catered meals. I want those meals. I'm hungry. And he's smiling and laughing, showing all 32 of his teeth to some other bitch, and I'm here in a cold room where they're blasting it with AC. Like, I'm fuming right now. I'm fucking fuming. So yeah, I'd be losing it. I'd be the contestant losing it. Like,
yeah. I mean, the only person who's probably not upset at any of this is Rachel, because she got the group rose. So she knows she's
Rachel don't give a fuck about any of this. Like, she literally in all conversations is just sitting there and she's like,
but she knows she has that connection with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like it's the girls who are unsure of their connection with, like, what's that girl with the really big, like, smile?
Anna.
No.
Blonde girl?
That's Anna.
No, the one that looks.
Yes, it is. I follow her on Instagram. It's literally Anna.
I thought it was Kiali, because she has kind of a weird, like, she has a
No,
weird.
you're talking about the blonde girl. This
No.
girl.
Yeah, her.
Oh, okay.
So she. Wait, why did I bring her up?
Girl with the
On a side note about her, I low-key stan her because she is a donator in like the 2016 and 2020 election to Bernie Sanders. Somebody put like a campaign donation thing, and they found like every girl, like if they've ever donated to any kind of campaign or anything. And I think she was like one of like two, and she had donated like $20 both times to Bernie. So I like her. But anyways,
funny. So we got a Bernie support.
She's a Bernie bro. But anyways.
You know what, Hannah? I didn't know that you were like a Bernie stan, but I guess it makes sense. It does make sense. Emily Ratajkowski is too.
I mean, like, I'm going to be honest. He really got me in 2015. 2015, I would have been like a junior in high school. And he had a rally with Red Hot Chili Peppers. And that really did.
Hey,
you know,
whatever.
You got to connect. Yeah, you got to connect with your demographic.
And he did. I didn't know a lot about him, but I was encouraged to learn more because of that.
Speaking of which, did we see Sarah with G-Eazy?
Yes. Okay, we have to talk about this pop culture moment. What the hell was that?
Well, you know, she is a newscaster, so I wouldn't put it past her.
He isn't news. Hold on. He isn't news. He's entertainment.
Well, it doesn't matter. People in like who are newscasters have a lot of pull with local and other celebrities.
Well, why is she pulling him is my question.
I don't know.
Baby, this girl wants commitment. G-Eazy don't want commitment either. Look at what he did to Halsey.
Wait, so were they dating?
I don't know. I didn't read the article. I just saw the picture.
Me either.
Yeah, we just saw. Maybe they just walked out of the club together. Who
Maybe
knows?
we should read the article. We talking about it.
I know.
We start talking shit.
Anybody who's actually watching and knows the G-Eazy Sarah picture scandal, please let us know. Inform us. They said G-Eazy is with Ashley Benson.
Oh, so that's not even. That's who she looks like. Ah, yes. Oh my God, I've been trying to figure it out for so long. She looks like Ashley Benson, 100%.
Cool.
Thank you. She looks just like her.
Sarah does kind of look like her. Wow, he has a type. Damn.
She looks like Ashley Benson after Ashley's been on like Herbalife for like 500 years. Like she looks like a tiny version of Ashley Benson.
Holy
So like
yeah,
post Cara Delevingne breakup, Ashley Benson is what she looks like.
Well,
Ashley Benson is like in real life is what Shay Mitchell's character in Pretty Little Thing is. Like hashtag edgy. Oh yeah, Pretty
Little Liars. I was like, and I'm here like, yeah, Pretty Little Things. Yes.
I'm sorry, y'all.
That's also like
another thing.
Is that another show? I forgot. I don't
know. No, it's a clothing company, but
hashtag sponsored.
But yes, there was something else I wanted to bring up, but who was it about?
You were talking about Anna, the girl with the smile.
Yeah, she's very expressive. I think that's all I wanted to say about her. Like, she'll be in her confessionals like this, and it's like, wow.
You know who she gives me like Reese Witherspoon. She gives me Reese Witherspoon vibes.
I see that. She gives me Reese Witherspoon in Sweet Home Alabama.
Yes.
That is what she really gives me.
Confessions of a Shopaholic. That's who
Cohen's wife. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Oh god.
She also really with her faces like reminds me a lot of Hannah B. Like they both are very expressive and like the very big smiles and everything. Yeah, I follow her on Instagram and she was like, she posted something before the episode last night and she was like, yeah, you're gonna see a lot of weird faces tonight, just letting you know. So she's aware of her
this
face
actress, Rebecca Bloomberg.
Yes,
that's
Rebecca Bloomberg. Yeah, isn't her last name Fisher?
Yeah,
Fisher, yeah.
In Confessions of a Shopaholic, her name was Rebecca Bloomberg.
Oh yes, mm-hmm. You know she's married to Borat.
Is she really?
Yeah, that's her husband.
To who?
To Borat. The actor who plays Borat.
I only saw that movie once, and I remember being traumatized because there was like a penis, like an exposed penis, like halfway through the movie, and I was like,
I've never seen that movie.
Like, there's no. I saw it in like I think I was like a sophomore in high school. I'm like, this is inappropriate. Wasn't this PG-13? Like, I offended. Too much.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I think it goes to show that it obviously you have to be. You can be very. It's Hannah. It's him.
Is that Pablo Escobar?
No, girl. Come on.
Don't do Pablo Escobar like that.
Yeah, for real.
I don't know.
It's Sacha Baron, but yeah, Baron Cohen, whatever. Yeah, but this is
Anyway.
Anywho, what else?
So then there's the one-on-one date with Serena.
Yeah, super cute.
She is Hamza's favorite. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Hamza said that she was one of his favorites. So I thought about him when I was watching.
I like her energy. Like she's very like I feel like a lot of girls on this show are very kind of restricted and like they kind of like they're kind of like pageant queens a little bit. Like but she's not like that and I love that. Like she's like you have to help make the charcuterie board too. Like I love that. So
yeah,
I really liked talking about the turtle and she was like, that's weird. Like, because I was like, I feel like all the other girls, or not all the other girls, but a lot of other girls would be like, oh, that's so cute, or whatever. And she was like, that's kind of weird. Like, I don't know anybody.
Yeah, turtles.
Because really, I mean, I don't know anybody that's had a turtle either. And
really?
She was just like,
I do.
No.
I love you.
I don't know why the donkeys though.
They smell really bad.
Really?
The what?
Turtles.
Oh, you don't like turtles?
They're cute when they're small, but they stink.
Oh, they do. They do smell bad. I have I know a couple people that have pet turtles, and they're constantly complaining about that. But yeah, I don't know why the donkeys. I mean, the donkeys, the turtles, the horses. Like, I mean, What?
The donkey selfie with the Polaroid was the cutest thing ever. That was so cute. Like, it was so cute.
It was. I feel like it really sucked for her to go on this one-on-one date, like right after all of the damn drama. But, you know, and now I feel like at this point, the viewer didn't even really care. They're like, okay, it's cute, whatever. Go back to like what Sarah's gonna do.
I was like, cute. And you know what?
I liked it.
I don't want to like change the subject, but some of these girls have style. Brie, she can put an outfit together.
That white outfit. The white outfit.
White
I
dress,
was like,
the white dress is from House of CB. It is a design from House of CB that is inspired by an outfit from Jacquemus' collection from last year.
Okay.
It's just so cute. $139 for the dress. Very cute.
that's a good price.
That is
Okay.
nice.
Do you want to know something, y'all? The first time I met Kimmy when we were in Vegas or LA, I don't remember which one. I remember you were like talking about your dress or your shoes or something, and you were like, "This is House of CB," and you were like, "And this is House of CB," or something like just you're just talking about all of this stuff, and I was like, "I don't know what the hell that is," and you put me on. So
You put her on to House of CB.
I'm like obsessed with the air. I'm obsessed with do you follow Kona Walker? I don't want to turn this into like a
she's totally obsessed
business entrepreneur podcast, but you have to follow Kona Walker. She's my age. She's like 27. She started House of CB when she was, I think, like 17, and like it's just grown into like this huge brand that's just like super chic. Like it's like the perfect price that you can splurge a little bit, but like still the price is reasonable. So yes, I highly recommend shopping at House of CB and following Kona Walker at Kona Walker, because if you ever want to start a business, especially in like retail or e-commerce, anything, she always like drops like what's worked for her. So to everyone who's watching, so yeah, that's like my little blurb.
Yes, Kemi has sense. She knows what she's talking about. And I guess so we can like kind of fast forward. I mean, I just to kind of recap, it gives Serena her due time in the spotlight, because I agree with Matt, and I think that her energy is super infectious. I think she's like very like, she screams like positivity and light and like all of these great things. And like you said, Kemi, she's very she's just real, down to earth. Like you can tell she's not staged in any way. I like all those things about her as well. And you know, I like that they're falling in like with each other, you know?
Yes.
That was really
Which is so much more reasonable to say than to say I'm falling in love with you after spending 3 hours together.
Absolutely.
3 hours, including the hair, the makeup, reshooting the scene, making sure that the donkey's fed and not, you know, too hyperactive. 3 hours, including all of that.
Yeah.
About an hour and a half of just, you know, alone time.
Yeah, absolutely. So we all know how that ends up in a, you know, in a hot tub of desire and a nice little rose at the end. So Matt and his hot tubs, you know, you're going to see him in another hot tub at least 30 more times. And then it goes back to Sarah and it kind of ends, you know, there. Does she leave? Is she, you know, does she go? Is she staying? Will she go? Will she leave? I think she's going to go because she's dating G-Eazy, but whatever.
I thought
she did go.
Huh?
She did leave. What are you talking about?
I think well, why did I say like, no, I thought, did I not see
she left.
The end?
She left.
Where was it? I thought she left and then she went into like to say bye to Matt, and Matt like convinced her to not leave. But Yeah, she ended up saying she needed to leave.
Yeah, she ended up leaving. She did go see Matt, but she did end up leaving.
Yeah. So
I have a feeling
And
she'll
Matt-
be back, though.
Huh?
I have a feeling she'll be back because I don't know. I feel it in my bones.
Matt definitely, for anybody that didn't get to watch it, Matt seemed like he was disappointed that she was leaving. Like he genuinely liked her. But also I think reacted in a way that was mature and understandable. And he was just like, you know, I mean, he can't argue with her. Like if it is about her family, then what's he gonna say? No, like don't go home to your family.
Yeah, she's not ready. She's not ready. I don't blame her. Those are kind of one of those things that she, you know, I definitely don't blame her. You have very limited time with your parents, especially during a pandemic. Like I feel like we forget that we're in a pandemic still, you know. But yeah, and so we leave that until next week. Is there? Did we miss anything?
The Claire and Dale.
Oh no, yeah. Well, I wanted to make sure that we didn't miss anything until we get into this little situation. For anybody who wants to talk about this whole Claire and Dale mess, we're about to get into it right now with it. Drop your comments on what you want us to highlight because who wants to start first? Obviously, who raise of hands on who is insanely surprised that this even happened? Well,
crickets.
I'm gonna enter the crickets there. Cricket.
So I have a friend who does not watch The Bachelor, but she's the one who broke the news to me. She's like, that show that you watch, like the couple broke up, and I'm like, oh my God, who? I was like in a cold sweat thinking it was Tayshia, but I knew better. And she's like, Dale and Claire, and I like hopped up out of my seat. I was like, it's about time. Like, and then I had to explain the entire thing to her, like starting at Claire's reaction to him at his limo entrance, telling Chris Harrison, I just met the one. Let me gather myself. Like, he is the one for me. And then like after the rose ceremony, like saying that they're about to have babies, like, relax. You don't know this. You don't even know if he has good swimmers. So about to have babies, calm down.
I definitely think that Dale broke up with her.
Absolutely.
And he even said in his statement, or like somebody said something about like, you know, he was looking to live in a city and have, you know, like it, not that not living in a city isn't exciting, but have, you know, like that kind of very social life in that way. And she, with her mother and everything, is not trying to leave Sacramento, and that she doesn't want to leave that part of California, which I think Sacramento is not like Northern California, so it's not like in the midst of everything going on. And I think that this man honestly was like, is it worth it, like, to sacrifice anything, all this stuff that I want, to live somewhere that I don't want? And they probably were having fights and stuff like that beforehand because they literally didn't know each other and just immediately jumped into like basically living with each other. So I mean, it's not surprising. I'm sad that like all these people wasted their time with it and that two people are probably sad, but like I don't think anyone is surprised at all.
You know who I'm sad for? And I'm sorry to be insensitive. I'm sorry for Dale, because you can tell from like the proposal and everything that he was, to me, it looked like he was like internally cringing. Like you could tell that he just wanted, this is what I think happened. They were talking preseason and he thought he would have a leg up in the process. He liked her, you know, but he's like, you know, I'm going to see how things work out. You know, we're going to get to know each other. But she immediately had like hearts in her eyes. She had little cherubs flying around, shooting arrows, like, you know, wedding music playing in the background the moment she saw him. And he was like, oh shit, but he's still on TV, so he can't look like a complete dick, because like the way the audience sees the show is like the lead should have their pick of the litter, even if like the contestants like feel differently. So he had to propose. So I do feel bad that Dale has now been engaged before, probably didn't even want to be engaged, just wanted to date, but like he'll never have just like one engagement, one marriage, like forever. Like I feel bad for him for that. I also feel bad for Tayshia, because this should have been Tayshia's entire season. Like the only reason they brought Claire back is because they wanted an older bachelorette, and Tayshia is 31. So it's like, it doesn't really make sense for, like, it's not like she was like 25. It's not like she was 27. You know, even 27, I feel like women at 27, they know what they're looking for. They know what they want. They know, you know, what they want in a significant other for the most part, speaking from experience. But Tayshia at 31.
Are you 27?
You know, you see that?
Why did I think you were 25? I thought you were only like 2 years older than me, 2 or 3 years older than me.
I have like gray hairs, and I have like, you know, arthritis is coming. I'm joking. Oh my God, that's not even a funny joke. I'm so sorry. That's not even a funny joke. But yes, Tayshia is in her 30s. She would have been an older bachelorette compared to like the previous bachelorettes that they had. And, you know, they just didn't, I feel like, I mean, I don't know. There's so many.
I think he didn't even get a regular process either. Like he didn't even get a chance to be on this show and like do anything. Like he didn't even get that experience at all. And like, you know, all these other guys still, I mean, almost all of them got to go on and have Tayshia and still have this experience and like figure out, you know, if they had feelings for her. And even if she didn't reciprocate that, they kind of got to work through those feelings. I feel like Claire just kind of like sprung it on him and was like, this is what you're going to feel. If you don't, this is over, all of it.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know. I'm not surprised it didn't work out. But.
I'm definitely not surprised, but I also want to say, I think he just came for the cake. And like, this is Dale.
I thought you were going to say something serious.
I had to, because this was like pre-Claire, and the fact that right next to him it says I came for the cake. I think he came for the cake. He ate it. He realized, oop, that's not gonna work, and decided he needed to bounce. This is the whole reason like that I looked at Claire Dale situation as such a mess, because it's look, I get that she wants you know, everybody to realize that she's human and people make mistakes, and this is like, but girl, homegirl, you decided to come on this damn show 4 damn times and still act a hot mess all 4 times. Like this is a pattern. Like you couldn't even respect the whole damn process. Because had you respected the process, then maybe Tayshia could have been the bachelorette for the season after Matt and gotten an even better gig and gotten an even bigger, you know, palace and better dates and better
and traveled
and done all of this stuff. But no,
maybe if Tayshia was announced as bachelorette, COVID may not have happened.
Yeah, had she respected the process, she probably would have known halfway through or during you know, hometowns or whatever the hell she was going to do, that he wasn't willing to move to Sacramento. You know, this was around the same time.
Where does he live?
He lives in New York. New York boy. Okay. Like, so not only are you like, these are things that you talk about. This was all for show for Dale, because obviously you are not thinking clearly. At least Tayshia had the, you know, and this is where I say Tayshia had the grace to let go of Ivan, because they do not have the same belief system, and that was important to her. You know, that was something that Claire needed to do with Dale on the get. You know, my mom has dementia. You know, my mom is sick. I'm not going to leave her. What are you going to do? What are we going to do about the whole long distance? What, are you going to move here? Are you not going to move here? That should have been something discussed before you put a ring on your damn finger. I was engaged with Steve for 2 years before we got married, but I was with him 6 years before he even proposed to me. Like, and I was still kind of like, oh my gosh, am I going to get married? Like, oh, you know, there were still things that you talk about. Yeah. And it's, I mean, for good show, it's good show. And I don't like to.
It's just not, it wasn't realistic in any form. Like, there was no, unless it was like one of those 1 in a million stories where people, you know, whose parents met and then a month later they got married and they were happy for 50 years. And it just like, that just doesn't happen most of the time. And most of the time, when you do, I mean, I think living together, and it's probably what they've been doing for the past few months, it's a really great test to see if you actually really want to be around each other for that long. Like, you get out of that honeymoon phase quick when you're actually living together, and you figure out whether or not you actually enjoy each other's company or if it was just like lust. And I think that's totally 1,000% Claire was just in lust with this man.
Absolutely.
That's what I
think. I'm eager to see what she says about the breakup, if she ever does speak on it. And I'm eager to see what reality Steve is able to uncover, because I want to know what happened. Like, I'm invested in this at this point.
I mean, in reading, it was about like that they were having arguments about where they wanted to live. Like, you know, that he's a big city guy and he thought he was going to be living the life and being in the big city. And let's get ready. Let's get real. Like, she's, again, not to throw this out there, but she's 39 with a sick mom and she doesn't want to move away, you know, from Sacramento to be with a mother who's dying. Like, she's obviously at a grown level where he's still on Mr. Party Boy level, which to each their own.
Well, and if she was in a different stage, I don't think that that's not something or like a lifestyle they couldn't have had together. She just like it. I don't even think it's that he wouldn't be willing to give up like being a bachelor. I think it's more so like a totally entire different lifestyle where like you are.
Sorry, I'm just like, I just saw Caitlin said Chris and Bree from Listen to Your Heart broke up today too. So I'm upset.
I didn't watch that.
I did, and they were actually, didn't Chris and Bree actually sing? Were they the ones that sang when Dale and Claire were dancing?
They cursed Chris and Bree.
Whoa. Seriously, this is just more so like it's a show. That's all I gotta say. It's like people are not like literally finding their people. I just feel so bad for some of these people. I mean, any last thoughts? I know we're gonna cut it. We're cutting it short. But literally anybody who's watching the chat that wants to say their piece about it, please put it in the comments, not in the live comments, but in the comments of the show. We would love to read them and like respond back when we have the chance. Any last comments from you ladies about this broken up this week? Was there somebody else that? It's just a mess. Really sad.
Oh,
just sad.
Only Love Island, but that's not.
Oh God!
Oh my God!
We would be here for another hour.
Yeah,
talking about that.
Is if you guys want us to have like a special episode of Girl Let's Agree to Disagree, maybe sometime this week when like the three of us like have time to get together, please drop it in the comments once this YouTube channel is posted, not in the like live chat comments, but like let us know, because as you guys know, we have a lot of thoughts on the Love Island season 2.
Men ain't shit.
I'm saying
That's my thought.
Like, I mean, we've been knowing this. I think this whole trash situation of these 2020 has brought in so much male trash. It's just ridiculous.
It's 2021.
Oh, well, yeah.
Men have been trash since the dawn of time. Since the dawn of time.
Hey, everybody in the comments, let us be on our women empowerment-ish, okay? Because this is the stuff that...
Oh, I'm not even women empowering right now. I'm straight up man-hating. I cannot believe what's transpired this week. Like, I cannot believe it.
I feel like we need like a special episode just to talk trash about that specific thing, because I
just want to say this. If the necklaces are true, if the rumors about the necklaces are true, I promise you, I will try my hardest to become a lesbian. I will try my hardest, because that is something that I refuse to believe that's true. I refuse to believe it. Oh.
I don't think a lot of people know exactly what's happening. So if for those who have tuned in and were like, what the hell are they talking about? We're talking about some things that have transpired on Love Island. For those of you guys who don't watch it this past season, this week, a lot of things have come up in the air that the current winners have broken up, and there's a lot of juicy gossip behind it. We're trying to figure it all out. We're not going to talk about it this week because we're about to leave, but we would love to know your thoughts. Please comment on this show. Give us a thumbs up. Let us know what you guys want to talk about. We'll make sure that in the next Bachelor, we can either have a little snippet of time to discuss that, and then also talk about what's happening on The Bachelor, or I don't know if we'd want to do it on our...
We'll figure it out. You guys let us know.
Yeah, just let us know.
This little chat thingy goes away. So you just comment on the video when this is over, when it finishes, and let us know. And if enough people say something, then we will do it.
Yes, absolutely. But for right now, we are going to say goodbye. We love all of you. Thank you so much for being here with us, sharing with us. If you don't already, bless you. Click like, subscribe, click to receive the notifications, smash that bell so you know when we're going to be on. Comment right now. Let us know what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of, and follow us on our IGs. We love you. We will be on Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central for the challenge recap. So we can't wait to see you guys. Love you all so much. Peace.